Hello, folks. This is Aitanajha from InspiredToRise.com, and a happy new year to all of you. This is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. We have been using it since quite some time now. And let's just go back 1 month ago when we first unboxed this one. Unboxing process is so damn simple this time. The box itself is so tiny. Apple says the focus is on saving the environment, but it seems pretty clear that the only thing that they wish to save is their profits, because this time around they are selling the wall adapter unit separately, and that too comes in a distinct cardboard packaging. So much for saving the environment. Inside the box you get the smartphone, long USB-C to lightning cable. It comes in silver, graphite, gold and Pacific blue colors, and you also get the SIM tray ejector tool on the inside along with the stickers. This smartphone is available in a dual SIM variant with one eSIM or one physical SIM. There is the lightning port at the bottom along with the speaker grill, and the sides are so glossy, they get a lot of fingerprints. The back has a frosted finish, so that's something that I personally like. The camera bump at the back feels a little bigger than before, and that's something that you need to know. There's ceramic shield glass on front and back, which has been made in collaboration with Corning. At 7.81 centimeters length, 7.4 millimeters thickness and 228 grams of weight, this is a huge phone. And the display on this one is a 6.7-inch display. It's a huge display, but the notch on this display feels smaller as compared to other smartphones in the iPhone lineup. This is because of the fact that the relative size is definitely less. The HDR10 display on this one is amongst the best in class, really color accurate, and the peak brightness goes up to 1200 nits, and it supports Dolby Vision, so it's one of the better displays out there. Reachability on the display is a big issue even for big hands like mine, and ceramic shield is more drop resistant this time around, but it's not scratch resistant that much. So if you are going to use it really nicely like me, you will see there are scratches a lot. There's no always on display feature compared to a lot of flagship Android phones, and the display makes it really bulky because of all of the edges and the sides. The maximum volume on this device is pretty great. The stereo separation is quite good. It's amongst the best sounding smartphones right now, and if you're going to use it for multimedia experiences, you will find that this is one of the better experiences out there. And the Face ID is something that I don't like right now, because the Face ID in the age of masks is really awkward. The Touch ID should be brought back somehow, and they should really work on it. There's the 5nm A14 Bionic chip with 6GB of RAM on the inside, 128, 256 or 512GB of NVMe storage, which is pretty good. And gaming is ridiculously good on this smartphone, and this smartphone particular variant that we have is the US variant, so it does support millimeter wave 5G as well. And apart from all of that, there's 5G support on the smartphone. Maybe we are still 1 year away from proper 5G rollout in India. And there's support for low energy Bluetooth, NFC, no FM radio at all. There are all the sensors which are required for a great smartphone experience. There's barometer for pressure measurement, and Wi-Fi 6 support is also present. But there are some things that I don't particularly like. So for example, if I talk about the user experience, I feel that it's pretty dated right now. They should give an option for custom icons and stuff like that. They did bring widgets this time around with iOS 14. But still, I feel that it's not that much customizable still. If you are going to game on this smartphone, it's one of the best gaming smartphones out there. It can even run PUBG on the Ultra HD, which is like 4K mode, and you get really awesome resolution. And even on HDR and Extreme, you can play PUBG on the smartphone for a really long time. Now let's talk about the camera. They have updated the camera, and this time around, even the main sensor is different. There's a 12 megapixel f1.6 sensor, which is the main sensor, with PDAF and IBIS as well, which is sensor shift stabilization. You get a 47% bigger sensor compared to the 12 Pro or the other phones in the 12 lineup. There's a 65mm telephoto lens, great for portraits. There's a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens which has a 13mm range. And apart from all of this, there were issues with this smartphone. For example, there's the telephoto sensor which can't be used for portraits in low lighting conditions. And apart from that, I feel that this is one of the class leading smartphones for video capture right now. You can shoot HDR videos with Dolby Vision, and there's support for these HDR videos right now on Instagram, etc. all of these HDR videos which I showed here in my tests, I had to convert them to standard dynamic range, so you are not seeing what exactly the smartphone is capable of in a lot of these 4K 60 FPS video samples. The slow motion videos are also particularly good, and I like the fact that they have worked quite a lot on the overall color science and sharpness in almost all of the pictures. The front facing camera doesn't shoot good 4K 60 FPS videos. There is no Dolby Vision support for 4K 60 FPS videos in the front camera, and there are huge video issues while recording videos at night, and that too when you shoot multiple light sources like moving traffic, etc. It causes lots of illuminated dots. It's a really bad issue. Apart from all of this, the Apple ProRAW is a great format for a lot of use cases which comes with the newer iPhones, but sometimes you will feel that the internal JPEG processing is better. Low light images on this one are better because of the bigger sensor, but the difference isn't really that dramatic compared to your regular 12 Pro. The sensor shift optical stabilization is particularly good. I was in an auto while shooting a slow motion video, and a lot of these shots came out pretty usable. Right now it's one of the class leading smartphones for video capture. HDR videos captured with Dolby Vision are really good, and you can watch them instantly on the Dolby Vision supported display. If I talk about the battery, it's almost same as 11 Pro Max. This is the only iPhone to choose for battery lovers. There is no charger inside the box. It does support fast charging, but there's a separate 20-watt adapter fast charger that you have to buy. There are benefits to slow charging, but who would want to slow charge such a huge smartphone? MagSafe charging has been implemented really nicely this time around, but you have to buy a USB-C fast charger separately, even for the MagSafe charger, which is a 15-watt one. You can get 6 to 7 hours of screen on time with a full-on heavy usage. 1.5 to 2 days is easily possible for people like me on a single charge, but people who are going to really rough it out, even they would have around 20% or more left on heavy days. The actual battery capacity is just 3687 mAh, but the standby battery drain is so low that the experience in terms of battery is any day better than majority of Android smartphones. If I talk about pricing, the Indian pricing has always been bonkers, and it is still that way. Most people I know are trying to find a way to get the smartphone from the USA or other countries so as to avoid paying the exorbitant sum. There's almost 40 to 50k price difference between the smartphone price sold here and in other countries. And if I really talk about the pricing, it goes upwards of 1,20,000 rupees, and that's really quite a lot to pay for a smartphone. So who should buy the iPhone 12 Pro Max? The 12 Pro Max is a great smartphone, but if you are somebody who's deciding whether to buy the 12 Pro Max or the 12 Pro, you have to know the camera won't be that big of a defining factor. Camera lovers need not go crazy for the 12 Pro Max. Only in extremely low lit conditions would you be able to see the real quality of the 12 Pro Max camera, otherwise the images are almost similar. Size and usability should always determine your decision. This is a huge smartphone and really not meant for people with smaller hands. They would not like the overall handling and ease of usage. Performance is great across all of the iPhone 12 series, so it's not much of a concern when you are choosing the 12 Pro Max or some other smartphone from the 12 lineup. People who want the absolutely best video stabilization, low light pictures, and the best battery life on an iPhone should choose this smartphone for sure. When I started using this one without a cover, trust me, it was too big to be used comfortably. This is because of the flat edge design. Personally, I liked it a lot, but it makes the smartphone even more difficult to handle around and use on a day-to-day basis. And when you slap on a cover on the smartphone along with those flat edges, the overall experience becomes much more harder. I think there is a huge audience out there for the iPhone 12 Pro Max, people who do have that kind of money, who want the absolute best smartphone experience that money can buy. For sure, this is one of those smartphones for you. Otherwise, there are plenty of other options, and for people who are looking to buy something more compact, there are always options like the iPhone 12 or the iPhone 12 Pro. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and do subscribe to Inspire to Rise for more awesome tech videos like this one. I hope you have a great 2021, and guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise.